Well. Welcome back to the VGTR Season 5, Round 5. And yeah, it's good to be back. Obviously missing last week's race because I was out in Belgium. I know some people have some opinions on Belgium and their roads. But I think it was a pretty good getaway for 3 days. One of them being the Saturday. I didn't plan the trip, so don't get mad at me. But yeah, we are back, and we are back at Barcelona de Catalunya for the 5th round of Season 5. And right now we have 9 people out on track. I know that there's more to come. I know that Reginald Duiker and Royce Wilson will be joining. Luke Mason will probably show up as well, so we might get a couple more people on the track. Yeah, there's definitely a couple that still need to join. Might actually send them a nice little message. Oh, there we go. Look at that. Bruno Chanel is back as well after his penalty. But it's good to have him back. You know, I'm genuinely excited for how composed they will be, and hopefully not causing too much drama out on track. I have faith. I have faith in a lot of people that join these races. There you go, Reginald Duiker. There he is, joining the race. How about we send the current championship leader, I guess. Right, let's go to our YouTube studio thing. And oh no, not the ads. Not the ads. Don't play them. I don't want to be, I don't know, kicked for playing ads. I don't even know if that's a thing. Anyway, get onto our own stream and see if anybody is out there already talking away. Eleven people out on track. Our current championship leader is Abe Santama, and he's currently sitting in P1 as well. That is no surprise for him. He is one of the quickest drivers on this grid. And overall, you see he's set at 144.6, which is really good on a fast track. Obviously, my game showing me that it's not a fast track, but I think I know better than it. Yeah, it's showing that it's an optimum track, but it absolutely isn't. And the new fastest lap is again by Abe Santama, 144.5. I do have to say, he is out of this world when it comes to when it just comes to racing. He is blisteringly quick. One thing though that is pretty, I don't know, probably a negative with him is the aggression. Sometimes the aggression on the track, it's a bit high. for racing standards and does make it a bit harder for people to overtake him. But there is also a massive positive, because he gets to be a brick wall in the middle of the track when he needs to be. We've got one of our past drivers joining, Nick Stick, currently in 9th place, but that is an invalid lap for sure. And he rises to P6 with a 146.3, I think. Yep, 146.3. You see, my maths is just that good. I can count on the spot. Well, we can just do this instead in order to make it easier for ourselves. And there we go, look at that, Royce Wilson joining us on the track as well. Putting us up to 12 people. Now, I think that is actually a pretty good grid. And there goes Samuel Dunn off the track. And to end that lap, who's just left us is the question. I think that might, yeah, that was Bruno Schnell, I think. The number 8 Lamborghini driver. And there they are. They are back on the server. We can see Abe Santama already overtaking Matas Side Kurskis. Oh, look at that. I definitely said that name correct. Matas Side Kurskis. Oh, God. Don't worry. He loves me. Matas is life. And Alexei Kolubkov also joining the track. He was once leading the championship. Now, I think down in... We can have a look together, actually. He's down in 11th place, but that is because he hasn't participated in the last 2 races. Vasily Blinov, he is in 7th place in the championship, just behind Subham Chowdhury in 6th. That is a very good place to him. Patrick Slowick then in 5th, so him being 2nd place right now in the practice session might convert to a more point scoring today and might promote him a couple places in the championship if Josh Buckwater doesn't end up behind him, who's actually just in front of him in the championship. He's 4th with 116 points, and then 1 point ahead is Peter Kremers in 3rd place in the championship, not having a terrible run this season, but not having the greatest one either. And then it's Luke Mason with 123 points in 2nd place, and then it is Abe with 12 points ahead at 135 points in 1st place. Bigger question is, where is Luke Mason? Because he is fighting for the championship. Might it be that they're sleeping? Who knows? I'll actually drop him a message. Why not? You know, I don't want one of the championship contenders to be missing out on a vital race, because if one of the championship contenders miss out a race, then, well, we can already say that Abe is going to be the winner. Because there is absolutely nothing that they can do to stop him. And just a little rundown on the current penalties. I know that most people don't like to talk about them, but Vasily Blinov, he has a qualifying ban for today's race. Mockstocks, I don't think they have anything because they actually haven't earned any penalty points. Zaurnaniev still has a standing qualifying ban, and I think that's probably it, to be fair, for this race. And there we go. Who's joined us? We've got Mockstocks and Vasily Blinov joining us, and Bruno Schnell as well. Let's just drop a little message that says Vasily Blinov hashtag 777. What? Oh, I have the auto camera, that's why it's... I was about to say, why did it stop me from doing that? Vasily Blinov hashtag 777. Remember, you have a qualifying ban for acquiring too many penalty points. There we go. That's all we needed to say. I'm not going to be reading what he says afterwards because I don't wish to be, I don't know, bombarded with messages. And that is practice over, and that is Peter... Oh, okay, no, I was about to say Peter Kremer's on top, but I think it was our man, Abe Santama, the VGTR eSport driver. Well, it's a pretty unofficial name, but I'm not really sure why I had to plug that in when we're not really a massive team. But anyway, it is qualifying time. And, I mean, there aren't really too many predictions I can say, because we all know, at the end of the day, who's going to be taking pole position, unless I am proven wrong and we get a surprise pole position from Patrick Slowick, or maybe Peter Kremers, or, I don't know, there's a lot of talented drivers on this grid. But not many that can beat the Dutch driver in the Aston Martin. He is kind of like the Max Verstappen of this grid. When everything goes to plan, the man's winning. Well, anyhow, let's see. Who is going to be the first person to be starting their lap? Oh, it is actually going to be our favorite driver on the grid, Matas. Matas has decided to exit the pit first, and therefore has invited himself to be the first person we're going to spectate on their flying lap. I haven't actually seen much of Matas on Barcelona at all. I know that they've been struggling in the pre-season license runs, but we'll see how they do today. They cross the line and they're going to start their lap now. A competitive lap time on this track is somewhere around a 1:45 to 1:46. An alien time or a pro time would probably be a 1:44 or 1:43. And like a special terrestrial, like a completely amazing time. I was gonna say bombastical time, but I don't know what the hell that word is. It's a 1:42. But I doubt that many of the drivers will be even getting close to that, since that is mainly a 1.7 lap time. But Matas currently running as the strongest driver out on the track. He's currently got the purple sectors ahead of Abe Santama. So he's the first person to be setting these sectors, and they're not getting beaten. But now they are by who? Who's beating those purple sectors? I think Matas and Abe might be going at the same speed, which is interesting to know. I did not think that Matas was going to be running so strong, and he actually has a bit of a moment coming out of those corners. But I feel like still Abe will get that top spot on the first lap. Now, does Catalonia have like names? Catalonia track names? Yes, it does, but they're all in Spanish. I can speak a bit of Spanish, but not enough. Right, and there it is, a 1:45.4 from the Lithuanian driver at question. Then it is Camacho setting a 1... What did he even say? Oh, he said a 1:47, but it got instantly out of my mind because Abe Santama said a 1:43.5. Let me reiterate that. A 1:43.5. That is nearly 1.5. That's more than 1.5 seconds quicker than Peter Kremers. And he's already going quicker. I'm not even sure what to say anymore. I'm not even sure if I need to say anything else anymore. The man is bonkers. But our first lap times did come in, and it is currently Bruno Schnell leading the AM split with a 1:49.1. Closely behind him is Mock Stux with a 1:49.6, and then it is looking like invalid lap times, an 8-minute 18 and a 3-minute 51. I don't think those are valid lap times at all. Peter Kremers in third. As you can see, actually, we have good way of knowing who's in the AM and who's in the Pro, because I finally, after 5 races, actually not, after 4 races, so more than half the season, I finally decided to clean it up, and everybody who is in Pro is in white or in gold, and everybody who's in AM is in red or in bronze. Missing Barcelona, but go Peter, get that P2. Yeah, absolutely. Peter is looking like he might get the P2, but Patrick Slowick has also been showing his absolute might on this track. And there we go. It is it Samil done now? Leading the AM split with a 1:45.9. 2 tenths ahead of a Pro driver. So much to beat AM, alright. Not even. Where is Gibson? Oh, currently he is a bit under the weather or a bit ill. Caught the flu, so he is not going to be racing with us today, which might put him on the back foot in terms of winning the AM championship. And it might be the last time we get a AM championship and a Pro championship for a long while. We still haven't found the secret formula that might crack the AM and the Pro splits. It is actually seeming like a bit of a plague. Nobody is able to find the perfect solution to solving different driver skills. Yeah, that's what I was going to say. But Patrick Slowick currently running in P2. Not improving on this lap time so far, and he's already on the final sector. We're looking at Nick Stick, just starting his first lap. Coming on through Repsol and into Seat. Seat, that is a weird name. Who's improving on their lap times? It is... Ooh, Richanel was just improving, and they did so pretty well, putting themselves into 6th place from 8th. 1:45.3. Is it Samuel Dunn going 5/10s quicker on this lap time as well? Might put themselves ahead of Josh Buckwater. Alexei Kolubkov also setting a competitive lap time, 1:45.3. Royce Wilson also going to be finishing their first valid lap. Oh, let's hope it's going to be valid. And they come through the final corner through New Holland. That's the official name for it. And they set a 1:46.0, just ahead of the AM 2nd place. Alexei Kolubkov going 4/10s quicker on this lap time as well. They come through the final sector. Through the worst chicane in the whole entire world. Well, except these older chicanes. Those are even worse. 7/10s up. That might put them into, I think, around 5th place. Might even put them into 4th place. I'm not sure. Let's see what they're able to do. It is 4th place for them. They crossed the line to get a 1:44.3. 1:45.4. Sorry, 1:44.5. I can't talk today, can I? 1:45. Oh, I'm just not even going to say that. Lap time, 1:44.5. Too many 4s, too many 5s. Too much everything. I can't talk. Can't talk that quickly like Tommy used to do. Tommy was crazy when he talked quickly. Like that was some real stuff. Josh Buckwater improving on the lap time, and so is Royce Wilson, 9/10s up on this lap time. They're going to be jumping up the order, and they do, into 6th place with a 1:45.0. Josh Buckwater currently a 10th up on their lap. 2/10s up on their lap. I do have their livery finally. Look at that. There's a like an Electro Dragon, I think they said. And that is going to put them up 1 position ahead of the AM driver to get a 1:45.4. Anthony Camacho improving on their lap time, but it's not going to be enough to set them ahead of Andre Lloyd. Josh Buckwater still improving, and most of the top 4 on their outlap now. I'm not even sure why the top 4 are trying to go quicker. Maybe Maybe Alexei Kulubkov needs to go quicker. Maybe Nick Stick, Peter Kremers to defend that place. But Patrick Slowick, unless they pull something out the bag to get 6/10ths quicker, I'm not sure if they're going to be able to really get ahead of Abe. Bruno Schnell, 5/10ths up on their lap. 6/10ths up on their lap, actually, and they're only coming towards the third sector, so there's still a lot of time to be gained for the German driver. I hope. Because I know they have a Brazilian flag next to one of their names. No, it is definitely German. It says German on the entry list. It is meaning that they are German. 9/10ths up. Will they get ahead of Anthony Camacho? I think he needs to go 1.8 seconds quicker, not just 0.8. But it is definitely going to bring him closer to Camacho. And now heading towards the straight finish line to get a 1:47.8. And I still feel like there's more time to be found in that Lamborghini. So if Bruno Schnell can gain just over 8/10ths, then they can inherit 7th place from Anthony Camacho. And they're actually already going 6/10ths quicker. So we can expect a big one from them. And maybe even expect Bruno Schnell and Anthony Camacho to be fighting for the podium positions in the AM split. Matas now going 2/10ths quicker in the Ferrari, or Porschari. I'm not sure how to call that. It's not really a Ferrari because it's mainly a Porsche. Porschari. I mean, just look at that livery. It is so cursed. I can't keep even looking at it. I mean, well, let's just go on his inside camera. And, yep, they invalidate the lap as soon as I go on the inside camera. Great. Nick Stick going 1/10th quicker, but that is only through the first couple of corners. Andre Lloyd going 2/10ths quicker, but that was only through the first corner as well. Bruno Schnell would have been going just over 8/10ths quicker through this lap, but sadly haven't validated it. And they might have actually been ahead of Bruno Schnell if everything went to plan. Mockstuck's now going 4/10ths quicker, 3/10ths quicker now, actually really good. Great stuff by them. Oh, warming up the tyres, it looks like. Unlucky they have invalidated their lap time, and that is not going to be their finest showing. And is Abe still going quicker? No, that's just through the first couple of corners. You always go a bit quicker through the first couple of corners, so not too surprised that they are doing just that. Now, can I send myself a picture? Yes, I can. Send a bit of a promo. Yeah, not too much going on. It does look a bit like a static track. There's Mata has P4 now. Yeah, absolutely. That was actually a blistering lap. Gets ahead of Peter. Huh. Now, I was talking that he was going to be able to set a kind of decent lap time, because one time he invalidated it. And then this time he was definitely able to do so pretty well. I won't stay up. I won't stay there in the race, but nice to be up there in quali. Yeah, well, it's actually a really good lap time, 144.2. Oof. And that is qualifying over for a lot of people. And also Royce Wilson deciding to finish their lap. Will Peter Kremers be able to improve on their lap time? I think that they are actually one of the final people to start a valid lap. And we'll see if there's any improvement to get ahead of Matas. But currently there is not any improvement going on at all, which is good for Matas and not so good for all of the Peter fans. And I know that Subham is one, and myself, I do have to admit, I'm a bit of a fan of Peter Kremers and basically all the stewards. But if there is anybody else who I really like on this grid, it definitely has to be Matas. Brings all of the entertainment to the grid with his amazing spinalas and master of work, just messing up his laps. But Peter Kremer sadly not able to improve on his lap. Finishes into not able to improve. Right, well, look at that. We have chat. Somebody translating for Blinov. Andrew Lloyd saying that his 44.9 is gone. Last lap, sorry for my spin. Yikes. Right, well, that is qualifying over for the drivers at hand. 15 drivers, 14 setting a lap. Obviously, Vasily Blinov not able to set a lap time because he has been... he has acquired too many points. And yeah, it is Patrick Slowick on the front row of today's race. Not sure if that's for the first time. It's definitely close to the first time. Matas versus Peter. It's Spa again. Did that happen in Spa? Oh, it did. Oh, I remember. I was ahead of them. Yeah. Thank you for reminding me that amazing race where I was ahead of both of them, even though I was completely and utterly slow. When both of them outbrake themselves into the bus stop chicane, that was beautiful. I feel like it needs to be clipped and it needs to be hung up on a wall, for eternity. Like you cannot not remember that race. It was truly something beautiful. As we just wait for the race to commence. Abe in P1, yeah. Well, is that really a surprise to you, Aaron? Like, Abe in P1 is... It's not a first time in the world that that's happened. Right. Let us remove the autopilot and get on to the grid, which is Abe Santama taking pole position with a 143 point something completely and utterly alien-like. 143.2, 143.4, something like that. Then it is Patrick Slowick having his front row appearance. Very good from him. Then it is Alexei Kolubkov in third place. Then it is Matas Sidakiskas getting his second row start. Hopefully he converts that to a second row finish and not in last place. Then it is Peter Kremers in fifth, finishing just behind Matas, not able to improve on his final lap. And then Nick Stick, welcome back to you, the McLaren driver, starting in sixth. Then it is Roy Swielson in seventh. Behind, next to him is Josh Buckwater in eighth. Then it is Rishanel Duiker in ninth place. Then it is it Samuel Dunn leading the AM grid today, starting in 11th. In 10th. And then it is Andre Lloyd in 11th. And then it is Camacho in 12th, followed by Bruno Schnell, Mockstux, and Vasily Blinov doing what's probably going to be a last to first challenge. Like, there is no doubt about it. It is definitely going to be beautiful to see how the Russian driver will be able to get ahead of a lot of others. I think it'll be something definitely to look out for. Ferrari strategy will end me. I'm not sure if you do have any Ferrari strategy. There isn't much strategy to this race at all. You drive, you change your tires, and you go back out. Not really much to say. Oh, look at that. Felix Palin joining us for the race as well. Probably going to be starting from the pits. I'll start on wets again. Please don't do that. That's the last thing I want to see. I want to see Matas actually succeed for once. No, I don't want to. Yeah. It's definitely the most daft thing to do. That's what happens with Ferrari. You won't have the Ferrari curse. Don't you worry about it. I'll protect you from it, you know. But, and now it is definitely the time for the predictions. Not sure if I have any. Haven't seen the drivers since last race. But if there is definitely one thing that I can predict, is that Abe might win. But with his beautiful internet or GPU problems, I'm not sure if he's going to be able to finish the race. But he will definitely be starting first and will definitely carry on to be first until the inevitable thing happens with his, I don't know, computer crashing, the internet going off, or something else. Mattas, please remember to brake for the first corner. Don't kill me. Yeah. Starting in front of Mattas is like... I'm not even sure. There's no comparisons that you can make. It is one of the scariest things you can do in your entire life. Like, there is all of these extreme sports like Formula 1 or bungee jumping or being on a roller coaster or like surfing, but when you have Mattas starting behind you, all of those things go away. Like, you instantly worry for your life. There's little to no control over what the Lithuanian will do. No, I have to start from the pits. Is that the second time? Missed the time frame to press the grid button. I think the time frame is like 5 minutes. Don't you worry about it. I feel like it's not a first that somebody forgets to press the start button on the start of the race. But now it is going to be Mockstock starting 16th. Doesn't matter on today's grid anyway. Oh, well, you don't have to think so low of yourself. You might just inherit a lot of positions from the Barcelona start. Now, I think a lot of people are definitely thankful that there is no rain today. I'm definitely thankful that there is no rain today. My computer couldn't handle it last time out. But Kota might switch that up. Kota will... Actually, no. Kota is usually really dry or really wet. And I don't think there's any in the middle. It's either pouring down or it's dry as a desert. Because that's pretty much where it is. It's in the middle of Austin. Yep, it's in a desert, but you know, in deserts it does rain, and when it rains, it is a massive downpour. It's like the rainforest. But now the drivers are going to be lining up in double file. I'm not sure what they're doing over here. Now they're going to be starting to line up double file, and I think we're going to be following the action from Peter Kremers. Not because they have a really poor reputation of being in the middle of drama that isn't even their fault, but just because I want to see them succeed. And if there's something behind them, then it's easier to see that. But less of the rambling, less of the waffling, and more of the racing. It is going to be 2 red lights ahead of us, and it is going to be green lights waved and the green flags waved for the 5th race of the season. And it looks like Alexei Kolubkov actually gets a really good start, trying to make it 3 wide into the first corner already. Boys, I don't think this is going to end too well for you guys. Peter Kremers taking it nice and safely through the first corner. Nobody's actually going off yet. Well, that is actually a really beautiful way to carry through the first corner. May I jinx it? Wow. I feel like that was one of the cleanest starts to a big grid. I've seen in a long time. What is going on, guys? No crashes. Are you Oh! Is that Abe Santama losing his lead? Abe Santama losing the lead. Oh, colliding with Alexei Kolubkov, which promotes Patrick Slowick into the first place. And right next to him now, Alexei Kolubkov also trying to battle for second. But there comes Peter Kremers, who might be collecting the scraps if they battle. And they do! Right in front of him. Patrick Slowick and Alexei Kolubkov colliding, and that brings Peter Kremers into first place. Matas is going to try and inherit the lead, and please don't collide. Matas sending Peter Kremers into the absolute abyss, and once again, something that isn't even his fault, ending up in complete disaster. And now with so much damage on his front, I'm not sure if he's going to be able to recover without pitting first. But that does bring Vasily Blinov from 15th place to now 7th, which is a very great improvement from him. Now it is Bruno Schnell overtaking Peter Kremers. As you can see, the damage on the car has led to a massive decrease in top speed. And oh my god, in front of him, Bruno Schnell going a bit wide, and behind him I thought people were completely dying. Oh man, I jinxed it, didn't I? I was saying how clean everybody was, and now, well, Matas striked. Anthony Camacho, may we say, climbing up into 4th place from about 13th. From where did he climb? He climbed from 12th to now 4th place. Wow, that is actually making me cough a lot. That is a beautiful start from the USA driver. And Josh Buckwater now going to be having a... Oh, he's not even going to be defending that position from Vasily Blinov. But actually, he's had a very good exit out of that long right-hander. And now able to retake that position and defend into the 90-degree hairpin. But it looks like Vasily Blinov actually had a much better exit out of that corner and able to take the position back. And this is a very great tussle for 6th place. Yeah, that was actually a terrible, terrible second part to the first lap drama. First it was Patrick and Alexei Kolubkov colliding right in front of Peter Kremers. No, actually, first it was Abe Santama and Alexei Kolubkov colliding. And then it was Alexei Kolubkov and Patrick Slowick colliding as they were fighting for first place. And when Peter Kremers took first place, he got absolutely turned around by Matas, who is now in 2nd place and probably going to be rolling down the field after his penalties. And after he gets overtaken by a lot of the quick drivers. Alexei Kolubkov and Felix Palin having another tussle. And now Anthony Camacho being involved in a lot of that as well. Vasily Blinov, he's going to be looking down the inside, and he does that very well. Very clean down the inside of the Mercedes driver. And now next comes Josh Buckwater to be tussling for 6th place. Bruno Schnell now trying to get the position back from Rishan now, as he got overtaken into the couple of corners. Oh, Josh Buckwater again, really close to the back of that Mercedes AMG Petronas something S&B racing car. I don't know. It's a very long name for the Mercedes cars. But Vasily Blinov now trying to hunt. Is it Samil done for 4th place? And so is Josh Buckwater trying to get 6th place from Anthony Camacho. Look at that in front of them. Vasily Blinov, he has already overtaken. Is he going to be in the process of overtaking the BMW driver? There we go. That was a very easy overtake. As Izzet Samil Dunn went very wide out of the first corner. And that might... Ooh, where is Josh There he is. Josh Buckwater was so close. He was right on the edge of overtaking Anthony Camacho. But not close enough. Josh Buckwater just itching towards him. Oh, maybe even... Is he going to try and go for an overtake? No, he doesn't. Alright, that would have been the best overtake I've seen in a while. If you tried to go for the inside of the right corner, but he's just had the slipstream. He's going to go down the inside into the hairpin. Oh, Samil going ever so slow throughout the hairpin. And now Josh... Oh, I thought they were going to be going, guys, side by side. Guys, please. Give me some entertainment. No, that was a great overtake by Josh. No complaints there. And now it is Felix Paland who is getting close to Andre Lloyd. The two ORC boys battling for 11th place. And in front of them is Bruno Schnell. Currently running in 10th. A very good start for him. And Anthony Camacho now also trying to pressure Josh Buckwater for 6th place, but falling behind quite quickly. Felix Paland 4 tenths away from his ORC compatriot in the Porsche. Well, Felix Paland is in the Porsche. Andre Lloyd in the McLaren. Not sure how this is going to go down, but we might see Andre Lloyd overtake Bruno Schnell before Felix Paland gets close to him. Andre Lloyd trying to find the perfect lines, but they aren't perfect enough. And look at that, Andre Lloyd gaining so many tenths through those corners. And now it is going to be a 3-way battle to the hairpin. Andre Lloyd grabbing the slipstream from the Lamborghini, but the Lamborghini being super quick down the straights. Not able to overtake them. And that brings Felix Paland even closer to them. Now this is a great battle for 10th place. And ooh, Felix Paland again getting ever so close. And that is bringing Alexei Kolubkov into the fight as well. The driver that was once running 3rd or 2nd even. Down in 13th. Trying to get those positions back. Vasily Blinov already up into 3rd. Doesn't really matter if he starts last or not. He's still going to be gaining epic positions. Yeah, epic positions. Not just positions, but epic ones. And we might actually see Vasily Blinov overtake Mataz very, very soon. Felix Paland going very wide out of that corner. Now they come into seat. Will Andre Lloyd trying to go down the inside? No, he doesn't. Trying to keep it very tidy. He does know that he's pretty tight on points, on penalty points, so any violations he does from now on might put him on the back foot in the last race, which is going to be next Saturday at 4 p.m. BST. In Kota. This time it's going to be at Kota in the American desert in Austin. In probably the rain as well. But never mind that. Alexei Kolubkov now has caught up to the back of this trio to make it a quartuplet. I think that's how you say quartuplet. I definitely know that from music. And he's getting ever so close. Camacho and Richard Doik are having a collision. Doesn't look like it's anything major though, because they haven't dropped any positions. And Blinov now overtaken Matas for second place. And Blinov flying away from that as well. And he's going to be trying to grab first place from Abe. Alexei Kolubkov, might he try and go around the outside of the first corner? This will be the most ambitious move we see in the VGTR Challenge. And look at him, he taps Felix Palin, but it was Felix Palin having enough traction to keep it going. And oh my god, shoveling him along. Not sure what Alexei Kolubkov is thinking right there. Already 2 collisions with Felix Palin. Might he make it a third into this corner? No, he doesn't. They're losing so much time. And I think that's Bruno Chanel going off. And, oh, Alexei Kolubkov going to try and go down the inside of so many people. That was not an appropriate way of going down the inside. And I think they actually already left the race. Yep, Alexei Kolubkov leaving that race. I'm not sure what was going on right there. Could have definitely waited. They were the quicker driver. And now ruining 3 races, I think. Oh, Abe Santama going very wide out of the penultimate corner. I have no clue what was going on there. But anyway, I'm not sure how we ended up on Abe's perspective, but we can go to Nick Stick. Beautiful name, by the way. I do love it so much. And they are getting ever so close to Matas Sidikeskis for the last podium position. Our first retiree of this race being Alexei Kolubkov after that ambitious move on 3 drivers into seat. And Nick Stick just reeling in Matas lap after lap. And now actually falling back behind the Lithuanian driver, so not able to overtake him in these couple of corners. Now these corners are pretty Porsche heavy. They are very aerodynamically challenging and not too many straights. But now Nick Stick has got a much better exit out of the final couple of corners, and he will be slipstreaming Matas throughout this final straight. I'm not sure what Matas was doing. He was swerving left, right. And Nick Stick now 3/10 away from him. Into the first corner they go. Into the second corner. Matas, though, able to keep a very nice and tidy line through these corners, not allowing Nick Stick to get anywhere close to him at all. Couple more straights to go, and then the Porsche should be able to carry on very competitively. And Nick Stick just locking up into seat, and that has put him completely on the back foot. Not going to be able to overtake Matas anytime soon. And locking up again. Not sure what's going on to the German driver. And given up 2 positions to Is It Samuel Dunn and Josh Buckwater. Not really sure if it's tyre wear though, because it's only been around 16 minutes. So, for whatever reason, Nick Stick losing a bit of traction and losing 2 positions from that. And now it is Felix Palin getting ever so close again to Andre Lloyd. And may I repeat once again, they are teammates. But they are still independent drivers out on track. There is no team standings, so they don't really have to care about if they are hurting their team's chances. All they have to do is fight for position. And whoever gets in front stays in front. But their currently most competitive driver on the grid, being Josh Buckwater, was leading the championship at one point. Now he's down in, I think, 7th, but that is still a very no, that's Subham Chowdhury. I think actually Josh Buckwater is in 4th in the championship, so I don't think there's anything to smirk about. He is doing a great job for ORC. Yeah, he's in 4th place right now, and he's only 1 point behind Peter Kremers. And remember, Peter Kremers right now is in 13th place. Obviously, he's already done his mandatory pit stop, so you won't have to worry about that. Josh will. Patrick Slowick go again, ever so close to Nick Stick for 6th place. And their pace difference is pretty large, actually, about 0.8 per lap. So at this rate, Patrick should really be catching him and overtaking him in the next 5 laps, I feel. I'll be one of those, like, manual AWS things that talks, you know, about when somebody should be catching somebody and etc, etc. I do really want to recreate one of those, though. That would be epic. But I feel like my prediction was completely incorrect, because Patrick Slowick is just under 3/10 away from Nick Stick and continuing to put the pressure on as they come through seat and now into one of the worst parts of this track. I really hate it. The kind of uphill section, and now into the right-hander, the long right-hander. Both in the McLaren, so same machinery. Whoever comes out in front is the better driver, at least in this track. And Patrick Slowick, though, already getting side by side with Nick Stick. Into this corner they go. Nick Stick having a bit of contact with Patrick Slowick, but it isn't noticeable by either driver. And Patrick Slowick now getting ahead of Nick Stick. I feel like this track is way too easy to overtake on. We haven't had very long-lasting battles. The only long-lasting battle we had was ruined by an ambitious overtake. Drivers, there was 4 drivers in just like under a second altogether, and after an ambitious try of an overtake, everything turned to dust. And now those 3 drivers are around 12 seconds from each other, so not much going on in that department. We can have a look at their pace differences right now. Matas is currently pretty safe, running in P3 with an overall pace of 146.6. Behind him, though, is that Samil Dunn is running about 146.3s, so might be catching him at a pretty good rate. Josh Buckwater running 146.7s, 146.6s. Patrick Sloak, though, is one of the faster drivers out the top 6. He's running 145.8s. Obviously, we're not counting Abe or Vasily Blinov, because they're running 144s. Peter Kremer's also running 145.3s. So there's only around 4 drivers running pretty low times. The rest driving decently. And Patrick Sloak now also catching to the back of Josh Buckwater. That is exactly what I was saying. Patrick Sloak is a really quick driver, and you can see that in the pace difference. I just read them out, so I won't read them out again. But Patrick Sloak, nevertheless, 0.8, 0.7 seconds away from Josh Buckwater. Josh Buckwater is a really great driver, driving a really great car. But that is not enough to stop the wrath of Patrick Sloak. I feel like I'll put the prediction to 2 laps for Patrick to overtake Josh Buckwater. We won't put it to 5 laps this time. We'll put it to 2 laps. Oh, actually, no. I meant 5 laps to overtake Josh and Nick Stick. So let's put it that way. I said to overtake 2 drivers, not 1 driver. And actually, I meant 4 laps, because Patrick Sloak is ever so close. He's breathing down the neck of Josh Buckwater. Josh Buckwater, I'm not sure. Are they moving under braking then or not? Well, not even under braking. They're not swerving at all. And not defending the inside line either. Look at them. They are tussling a bit. And, oh, well, Josh Buckwater not fighting that position for too long and letting Patrick Sloak go. Maybe thinking that he's not quick enough. And maybe he thinks that it isn't worth battling this battle. Letting Patrick go. Is it Samil Dunn still catching to the back of Matas? Not as quick as we would have thought. Losing about a second now to him, which is very weird. I'm not sure what's going on with Samil. And that might bring Patrick Sloak even closer to the BMW driver, and that might put him into 4th place. Patrick having a great recovery drive. Oh, there we go. As it actually has caught up a bit to Matas as well. I'm not sure what happened. Maybe if Samil didn't make whatever mistake he did, he might have been much closer to Matas this lap alone. Because he has caught up about a second in under one lap. And Patrick has actually lost a bit of time to Samil during that time. I feel like Matas is going to get overtaken by an AM driver. And it's going to happen really soon. And that is Nick Stick making his first pit stop of this race, or the final pit stop of the race, if everything goes to plan. And Samil now getting very close to Matas. 1.8 seconds, that is pretty critical time. That might make Matas shake in his boots. As actually Samil is doing just about a second quicker than Matas per lap. And now just over 1.5 seconds behind the Lithuanian Porsche driver. I really hope to see Matas in a regular car next season, if he's even participating in next season. And Patrick Slow now getting very close to Samil. Samil is kind of over pushing the line. And Matas now getting the move on as well, setting a 1:46.5, one of his quickest lap times in the last couple of laps. Still around 0.2 slower than Samil though. And now Samil is just over 1 second away from Matas. And now is the time to start thinking about how Matas is going to be defending. Is he going to be swerving left, right, left, right? Is he going to be letting him go? Is he just going to try and act like a wall and park it on every single apex? Or will he spin out in fear of, I don't know, just in fear, yeah. But Samil shouldn't be celebrating way too early, as Patrick Slowick is getting closer as well. And the more he fights with Matas, the more he gets caught up in the battle, the longer it takes for him to overtake Matas, and that might bring Patrick into the scene of the battle as well. Might make it a three-way battle for the final podium position, as Abe Santama goes into the pits. And so is Matas, and so is Samil. So I feel like Samil, he was pretty hesitant to go into the pits, but as soon as Matas went in, he swerved straight into that pit. And I feel like Patrick might be going the opposite strategy to them. So whenever Matas would go in, he would stay out. Clever bit of clever bit of strategy work here. But we are going to be looking at Samil and Matas and see who's going to be first to come out of the pits and how the gaps are going to work out. It looks like Abe has spent a long time in the pits. A super long time. Not sure what happened there. Just over 50 seconds. But we wait. As the drivers now getting their service. And I think that might be... Oh, look at them! It is going to be Samil exiting the pits first, ahead of Matas. So that is Samil jumping the gun on Matas in the pits. Now, can we check for any stop and goes? No, look at that. Matas has also got a drive-through penalty. Wow. Matas getting that drive-through penalty and getting overtaken in the pits is just throwing salt in the wound. Insult to injury. It is some crazy day for him. And now Mockstux getting overtaken by Peter. Peter now getting also close into this battle. He's now into 8th place. And with Matas having to serve a drive-through penalty sometime this race, that will put Peter into 7th place. And now Josh Buckwater pitting as well. Will, is it Samil Dunn get ahead of them? Peter gonna be... Peter would be tired. Oh, Peter's tires would be gone by the end. Yeah, well, I feel like Peter is going to be good at conserving them, so I think he might be able to do this. Even if his tires are in complete disrepair, he's still going to be able to carry on with the race very well. Now, yes, Samil does get ahead of Josh as they go into the pits. And now Blinov in the pits. Gonna see how that works out for Abe. Now, did Abe completely screw up his pit stop, or was it just... Is it just that it takes like over 40 seconds to do one pit? We can have a look. Abe Santima. Just around the final sector. Into the final chicane. And out of that into New Holland. And onto the final straight. Yes, okay, it is definitely... It takes a long time to do a pit stop here. Abe Santima also setting the newest quick lap time. 1:43.8. Somebody also retiring from the race. Not sure who that was. Might have been Nick Stick. I think it was Nick Stick. There's too many 30s, but it was definitely Nick Stick retiring from the race today. And Matas now going to serve his drive-through penalty. That promotes a lot of drivers up a position. Peter Kremer's now in 6th place. Who are yet to pit? I think Bruno Schnell is yet to pit. Patrick Slowick is also yet to pit, and those are actually the only 2 drivers who are yet to pit. And, oh, Royce Wilson getting very close to Felix Palant. And, oh, Felix Palant having an off moment. And, oh, jumping over that curb. And nearly jumping over the next curb as well. But letting Royce Wilson by. And look at who is behind them. It is Matas. Matas seeing all of that trouble. And having his lights on. I'm not sure what the strategy of having your lights on in the middle of the day. Like, you're literally wasting energy. Wasting battery life, man. Those batteries are not cheap in race cars. And just using it to the full potential. And look at this. We have a 3-way battle now brewing for 10th place. Matas now 3/10 away from Felix Palant, and both also in the same machinery, both in the Porsche, so nobody's going to get a better straight line speed. And look at that. It's like a massive train going on here. Matas trying to get a better line to overtake Felix Palant into these couple of corners, but Felix Palant, oh, cutting him off, kinda, and oh, going all over the curbs. That is going to bring Matas super close to the back of Felix Palant. Felix Palant also trying to fight for position in front and trying to keep this one behind. Stupid billboard blocking half the view. Matas, is he going to try and go for a lunge? He already is got to get a penalty. So he might as well try and do all for nothing. And oh, look at that. Royce Wilson, he gone really wide. And that lets Felix Palant and Matas to the Kirskis by. And now will Matas try and go down the inside into seat maybe into the next corner, with Royce Wilson right behind. Royce Wilson getting all out of shape. And look at that. He's going to be trying to go around the outside into the first corner. Into the first hairpin. And wow, that actually was... well, that was really good. I was actually kind of surprised. He went round the outside into the hairpin that I even misspoke calling it the first corner. And Yeah, that's actually a really good move, and I think that might be one of the best moves of this race. Beautiful bit of racecraft by Mattas. Scottish Gibson coming in to grumble. Huh. Not sure what that means at all. Maybe he's grumbling that is it Samil Dunn is running in second place. Well, it is net first place because Bruno Schnell is still yet to pit. Just came to watch my championship contention die. Yeah, I was talking about that. I was saying that your championship is probably going to be over by today's race. But, you know, still in second place in the championship is still really good. So, don't let yourself down. As in, I don't know what I'm saying. Just, you're fine. You're completely fine. But any more battles coming up behind us or in front of us? Royce Wilson, still very close. Why are they not pitting? Yeah, I'm not sure why Bruno Schnell is still not pitting. Patrick Slowick has already pitted, but Bruno Schnell isn't. I mean, finishing in third, but maybe getting disqualified because of no pits might be the move. You know, third on track, last on in results. I'm not sure if that's the strategy here. Might be. And Abe Santama setting another quickest lap time of the race. Or still setting great lap times. I'm not sure how. 143.8. Because he's a freak. Yeah, he's a extraterrestrial. Is it extraterrestrial? Is it? I don't know. It is extraterrestrial. I'm actually just that good. I know words. Ape setting this times to shut up, Jag. Yeah, finally, as Bruno Schnell finally comes into the pits, as Scottish Gibson says, extra testicle to me. I'll pay if someone takes out Donne. No, I don't think Patrick wants to do that. Anthony Camacho getting... Ooh, he's going to be getting into a very good battle with Bruno Schnell. The Mercedes driver. Not actually enjoying. What a pit stop. I'm not sure. I feel like it was a fine pit stop. Alright, these two have gone away from each other, but Josh Buckwater is getting right on the tail of Richanel Deuker. Oh, I'm sorry if I said that name wrong. It's been so many seasons, and I still don't know how to say their name correctly. I'll just call them Richanel. Number 32 fighting number 33 for position 6. Would have been cool if it was for position 3. And Josh Buckwater just trying to get on down the inside, maybe around the outside of seat. Oh, that was going to be a very good overtake if that happened. Now they're going to be going up into turn 7 and 8. And one of the worst corners in my opinion, down into Kamsa, or up into Kamsa. And now onto the straight, down into La Caya. I think that's Caya. Which is the hairpin, and that is where Josh Buckwater is going to overtake Richanel after Richanel made a bit of a mistake. Down through Bank de Sabadell and into Europcar. Europcar. That's the name of a corner. Europcar. Through the chicane of 14, 15 and into New Holland, which is the final corner, on to the straight. And Patrick Slowick now getting very close to Donny. Now, not sure if Patrick is here, but Scottish Gibson does have a bit of a request for you to take him out. No. There is no taking back those statements. Gibson, you are the hirer of the hitman, and you will pay the price. Patrick now. No, he's 0.8 seconds away from Donny. Patrick's had a terrible start, but has since recovered. He was at one point first. R4M_Slowick. But yeah, let's do a little bit of a recap. On the first lap, first turn, everything was absolutely stunning. Everybody going through the first couple of corners very, very nicely. Even through the first sector, everybody was going very smoothly until it came to the second sector, where Abe Santama got taken out by Alexei Kolubkov, setting Abe Santama down into 4th place, promoting Patrick Slowick into 1st. And then I think it was Matas into 3rd and Peter Kremers into 2nd, as Patrick Slowick is going to make this overtake stick into the next couple of corners. Actually, that was very nice. Then, as we all saw it unfold, Patrick Slowick got taken out by Alexei Kolubkov, which promoted Peter Kremers into 1st place. And Matas into 2nd. And then into the absolutely next corner, Peter Kremers got obliterated by Matas, which promoted him into 1st. And I think it was like, I'm not even sure who was 2nd. It was that nuts. It was actually Camacho who was like 4th, Bruno Chanel who was 6th. Everybody was mixed up everywhere. But yeah, Mata has taken out Peter Kremers. Was not his finest days, and now Mata has also served a drive-through penalty for what is presumably track cuts. And Vasily Blinov able to also recover from 15th to 2nd place now. Now, Samil is still trying to get the place back. He is catching up a bit. I don't think it's enough. There's actually still a lot of pretty close battles out on track. Not close enough, but close to get the blood pumping in the people. I will be back, though, in just 2 minutes. Hopefully nobody goes off track, and hopefully nobody starts a riot. Right, and I am back, and I'm back actually just in time to see Matas fighting with Andre Lloyd. Thank God I'm back in time, because Matas is just under 4/10 from the ORC driver in the McLaren. I haven't had many different cameras, so let's have a look at the front splitter camera as Matas is going to try and go down the inside. I think he sees a better opportunity later on in this race. Bruno Schnell as well now, 3/10 away from Anthony Camacho, 2/10 away. There's 2 great battles going on the track, and actually he has, they've had a collision, it looks like. Anthony Camacho and Bruno Schnell. Actually, let's have a look at that. I want to have a look at this before Matas collects Andre Lloyd. Bruno Schnell. Anthony Camacho going off. Bruno Schnell trying to get the overtake. It was a small little tap. Did lead to some big stuff. And now Bruno Schnell actually overtaking Anthony Camacho for 12th place. Now this is for position in the AM split, and Bruno Schnell able to now take what is 2nd place. And we can cut back to Matas now. And that is Matas now also overtaking Andre Lloyd for 8th place. A very nicely coordinated overtake. I feel like that's probably going to be it for most of the battles out on track, unless obviously Andrew Lloyd decides to throw in something absolutely, I don't know, some absolute banger laps to try and overtake Matas back for P8. And Matas going off the track again. Anybody having penalties? Nope. Obviously, I was mainly checking for Matas getting a penalty for cutting those damn corners. Matas needs to learn on how to stay on track. Because I think he was actually one of the only people to get a drive-through. I might be wrong. Maybe it was the only person I saw get a drive-through. And Andre Lloyd still trying to get closer to Matas, but failing to do so successfully. And I don't think it's actually going to be enough. Not enough time for the ORC driver to overtake Matas. But, you know, I feel like Andre Lloyd is still going to be pretty happy with his place. And there's not really much to talk about, but about tomorrow's event, the reverse grid race of Silverstone, happening tomorrow at 3 PM BST time. It is full, but you can have a watch here on the Twitch. I'm not sure if it's going to be live. I hope it will. Because I'm not here. I'm not here for the whole thing. Which is super unlucky. I really wanted to be here for the first reverse grid race. But we might set up more if this one works out great. And also a bit of a sneak peek into what's going to be happening sooner. And, oh, look at that. It's the end of the race. I really thought that we were going to have an extra lap. Well, Abe Santoma takes the race win for the billionth time. And behind him is going to be Vasily Blinov taking second place from 15th. So it was a great climb for him. Patrick Slowick, though, he's going to be getting his well-deserved third place and the final podium position. As he's going to come around through these final bends. And through 14 and 15 of this terrible chicane. And, oh, let us have a look. Anthony Camacho is super close to Bruno Schnell. What is going on there? Bruno Schnell nearly got completely sideswiped by Anthony Camacho into the final corner. Will Anthony Camacho actually gain? Oh my god, is it Samil Dunn? What are you doing? He nearly sideswiped Bruno Schnell as they were celebrating coming across the line. Whatever happened to Bruno Schnell, he had a terrible amount of damage on his car. Can we actually see what happened? This is the final lap. This is the final corners. He's already got a ton of damage on his car. Oh, he got punted by Anthony Camacho. Oh my god. That was not something you want to see. And then he tries to just finish the race. And then right in front of him is that Samil Dunn gets... Oh my god. Whatever that was crazy. Real fun last corner three. Last 3 corner battle with Chanel, yeah. It was fun to look at as well. But that is it for the 5th round of the corner. 5th round of the season. What am I talking about? 5th round of the season. And wow, I mean that was really crazy, wasn't it? The first, actually, can we have a look at the replay? I want to see this. I want to show everybody the amount of carnage that was going on. So, no, the start was really clean. We're just gonna have to look from Peter's point of view because that is what I have saved. Actually, no, I can switch. So we have Abe. He's going to get blasted from the past, I think. Oh, actually, no. He was the one that caused his own fate. Okay, I thought it was Alexei who did that. No, it was Abe. He went down the inside and caused himself to spin a bit. And then Patrick Slowick takes the lead out of nowhere. And Alexei trying to get past him, They go side by side into these couple of corners. And then this inevitable happens, which Peter Kremer sees right in front of him. And it's like Moses just split the sea in front of him. And then we're going to have a look at this Ferrari driver just send it down the inside and blast him to the past. And that was pretty much it. As you can see here, actually, Camacho gaining a ton of positions. Oh, it was everybody trying to avoid this collision. No. Did he just get it into this corner? Because he went from like last to 4th. Yeah, look at that. Down the inside, sticking it very nicely. And now putting himself into fourth. That was one of the greatest first laps, I feel like. But anyway, thank you so much for watching. I hope you have a great rest of your day, and I hope to see you tomorrow, if there is a broadcast. If not, then I hope to see you next week for the Season 5 finale, where the current champion, well, the current standings leader is going to be crowned champion.